So guys, before we dive into this hot gist, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell because the stories we bring here, you won't find them anywhere else. And if you enjoy this video, smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's get into this breaking news that has everybody talking. Abubakar Malami. That name should ring a bell for anyone who has been following Nigerian politics. This man was not just any politician. He was the Attorney General of the Federation under former President Muhammadu Buhari. The Attorney General, for those who don't know, is like the #1 lawyer for the entire country. This person handles all the big legal matters for the federal government. So we're talking about someone who was at the very top of Nigeria's legal system from 2015 all the way to May 2023. Now, here's where the story gets very interesting. Reports are coming out that the Department of State Services, the DSS, has opened a fresh investigation into this former AGF. And why are they investigating him? According to Sahara Reporters, arms were reportedly found in his house in Kebbi State. Yes, you heard that right. Weapons, firearms, discovered at the home of someone who used to be the chief law officer of Nigeria. Let me tell you why this is such a big deal. In Nigeria, you cannot just wake up and have guns in your house. There are very strict laws about owning firearms. You need proper licenses, proper documentation, everything must be legal and above board. And we're not talking about a small matter here. When the DSS gets involved in something, it means they are treating it as a serious national security issue. The DSS doesn't handle small cases. They handle matters that could affect the safety and security of the entire nation. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're probably wondering, how did we get here? How did someone who was supposed to be enforcing the law end up in this situation? Well, let's break it down step by step so everyone can understand what's really going on. During his time as Attorney General, Malami was involved in some of the biggest legal decisions in Nigeria. He had his hands in many important cases. Some people praised him for his work, while others criticized him for various reasons. There were always whispers, always allegations about different things, but he remained in that position for about 8 years. That's a very long time to be in such a powerful position. But here's the thing about power and positions in Nigeria. When you're in office, you have certain protections, you have influence, you have connections. But the moment you step down, the moment you're no longer in that seat, that's when things can change very quickly. And this is exactly what we're seeing now. Make sure you're still with me on this story because it gets even more interesting. Don't forget to like this video if you're enjoying the gist. It really helps us bring you more content like this. So the question everybody is asking is this. What kind of arms are we talking about? Were they licensed? How many were found? And most importantly, what was the purpose of having these weapons? These are all questions that the DSS investigation will hopefully answer. But right now, the details are still coming out bit by bit. Let's talk about the timing of all this. Nigeria is facing serious security challenges right now. We have issues in the north with bandits causing chaos. We have problems in the northeast with insurgency. We have kidnappings happening in different parts of the country. In the middle of all this, the government is trying very hard to control the flow of illegal weapons. So when you hear that arms were found anywhere, especially at the house of a former top government official, you can imagine how serious that is. The DSS is not playing around with this investigation. When they open a probe, they dig deep. They want to know everything. Where did these weapons come from? Who supplied them? Were they registered with the appropriate authorities? All these questions need answers, and the Nigerian public deserves those answers because we're talking about someone who held one of the most important legal positions in the country. Now, I have to say this because it's very important. Being investigated does not mean someone is guilty. In Nigeria, just like in any country that respects the rule of law, everyone is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So even though this news is shocking, even though it raises many questions, we have to let the investigation run its course. Malami or his representatives may come out with explanations. There may be a perfectly legal reason for everything. We don't know yet. What we do know is that the investigation is ongoing. But let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this. If these allegations turn out to be true, what does that say about our system? What does it say about the people we put in positions of power? This is the conversation we need to have as Nigerians. If someone who was enforcing the law could potentially be breaking it, then we have a serious problem. And this brings me to something bigger: accountability. That word is so important in any democracy. Accountability means that no matter who you are, no matter how high you climbed, you must answer for your actions. Whether you're selling tomatoes in the market or you were once a minister, the law should apply to you the same way. That's what separates a functioning democracy from a country where only the poor face consequences. Many Nigerians are tired. They are tired of seeing big people walk away from serious allegations while ordinary citizens suffer for small mistakes. They are tired of hearing about corruption and illegal activities without seeing real consequences. So when a story like this breaks, when we see that even a former Attorney General can be investigated, some people feel hope. They feel like maybe things are changing. If you're still watching, go ahead and hit that like button now. And if you haven't subscribed, please do it. We're building a community of informed Nigerians here and you need to be part of it. Think about this for a moment. The Attorney General is supposed to be the guardian of justice. This person advises the president on legal matters. This person represents Nigeria in legal cases. So if allegations of illegal arms possession are proven true against someone who held this office, it's not just about that one person. It's about trust. It's about integrity. It's about whether Nigerians can believe in their institutions. And here's another angle to this story. This investigation is also a test for the current government. Are they willing to go after their own? Are they willing to investigate people from the previous administration without fear or favor? Or is this just another political game? These are questions that many people are asking, and rightfully so. The DSS has a reputation. When they start investigating something, they usually have evidence. They don't just wake up and decide to probe a former Attorney General for fun. There must be something that triggered this investigation. Maybe they received intelligence. Maybe someone reported the arms. Maybe they were conducting a routine check. We don't know the full details yet. But what we do know is that this is serious business. Let me paint a picture for you of what could happen next. If these allegations turn out to be true, Malami could face serious charges. We're talking about potential jail time. We're talking about a massive fall from grace for someone who was once at the peak of political power in Nigeria. On the other hand, if the investigation clears him, if it turns out everything was legal and above board, then he walks away. But the damage to his reputation might already be done. This is how these things work in the court of public opinion. Once news like this breaks, people form their opinions quickly. Some will say he's guilty before any evidence is presented. Others will defend him and say it's a political witch hunt. The truth, as always, is probably somewhere in the middle, and that's why we need to let the investigation conclude. But regardless of what happens with this particular case, it opens up a bigger conversation about our leaders. How many of them are truly clean? How many of them can stand up to scrutiny if investigators showed up at their houses today? These are uncomfortable questions, but they are questions we must ask. Before I wrap this up, I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think this investigation will lead to real consequences, or is it just going to be another story that fades away? Do you believe Nigeria is finally getting serious about holding powerful people accountable? Let's discuss this in the comments. And please, keep it respectful. We can disagree without being disagreeable. Also, share this video with your friends and family. This is the kind of news that affects all of us, and everyone needs to stay informed. The more people know what's happening in this country, the better chance we have of demanding real change. As we wait for more details to emerge from this investigation, one thing is clear. This story is far from over. There will be more revelations, more twists and turns, and when those updates come, you know where to find them, right here on this channel. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. Remember, knowledge is power. An informed citizen is a powerful citizen. When you know what's happening in your country, when you understand the issues, you can make better decisions. You can demand better from your leaders. You can hold them accountable. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to this point, you are the real MVP. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. I'll see you in the next video with more updates on this story and other breaking news from around Nigeria. Until then, stay informed, stay safe, and keep asking questions. Peace.